വിവേകമുള്ള രാഷ്ട്രീയ നേതാക്കൾ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ വളർന്നു വരുന്ന തലമുറയോട് യാതൊരു മടിയും കൂടാതെ സംവദിക്കും. കൂട്ടിക്കാനം മരിയൻ കോളേജിലെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുമായി രാഹുൽ ഗാന്ധി ഒരു വലിയ സംവാദം നടത്തി. ഇവിടെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ മുൻകൂട്ടി തയ്യാറാക്കി നൽകാത്ത ചോദ്യങ്ങൾക്ക് രാഹുൽ ഗാന്ധി മറുപടി പറയുകയാണ്. വിവിധ വിഷയങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ച് ഈ മിടുക്കരായ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾക്ക് അദ്ദേഹം നൽകുന്ന മറുപടി കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ എത്ര വിവേകശാലിയാണ് അദ്ദേഹമെന്ന് ഏത് മന്ദഭക്തന് പോലും ബോധ്യമാകും. പല ഭാഗങ്ങളായാണ് ഈ വീഡിയോ പ്രസിദ്ധീകരിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ ഭാഗത്തിൽ ഒരു വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനി ഇന്ത്യയുടെ AI-യിലുള്ള ഭാവിയെക്കുറിച്ചും വളർന്നു വരുന്ന ഇത്തരം ടെക്നോളജികളിൽ ഇന്ത്യൻ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ സമ്പ്രദായത്തിന്റെ പോരായ്മയെക്കുറിച്ചുമാണ് ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. അതിന് അദ്ദേഹം വളരെ ആധികാരികമായി AI-യെക്കുറിച്ചുള്ള വ്യക്തമായ ധാരണയോടുകൂടിയാണ് മറുപടി പറയുന്നത്. നരേന്ദ്രമോദി നടത്തിയ AI സമ്മിറ്റിൽ ഇന്ത്യ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയത് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ചൈനീസ് റോബോട്ട് ഡോഗിനെ യാതൊരു നാണവുമില്ലാതെ പ്രദർശിപ്പിച്ചതിനെക്കുറിച്ചും അദ്ദേഹം പ്രതിപാദിക്കുകയാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗം മോദി പരിപൂർണമായി RSS വൽക്കരിച്ചതിനെക്കുറിച്ചും അതിൻ്റെ അപകടങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ചും അദ്ദേഹം വ്യക്തമായി ഏവർക്കും മനസ്സിലാകുന്നത് പോലെ വിവരിക്കുന്നത് കേൾക്കേണ്ടത് തന്നെയാണ്. ചാനൽ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്ന സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാത്തവർ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാൻ മറക്കല്ലേ.
Hi Rahulji. So my name is Gana Shyam. I'm from first year MCom student. So I'm really happy to see you and speak with you. So I would like to ask, so we all know India is progressing rapidly in areas like AI, then digital innovation and space technology. But still our education syllabus often remains outdated. So what reforms would you propose to regularly update our syllabus and align India's education system with emerging technologies and to meet the global standards?
You know, right now, our education system, particularly our higher education system, and I don't mean you here, is under ideological attack. So a particular ideology is being imposed on the education system, and if you look at all our vice chancellors in our universities, large numbers of them are being made vice chancellors simply because they belong to the RSS and subscribe to a particular ideology. So there is a ideological pressure that is coming on the education system, and that's the first thing that has to be stopped, because an education system, especially in a country like India, must not be limited to one particular way of looking at things. And particularly, it shouldn't be limited to the RSS view, the divisive view that the RSS has. So that's the first thing I would say. The second thing is, actually India is not successful at AI. This is something you have to understand. There are two players in the AI game. The first is the United States and the second is China. India, unfortunately, whether it is in robotics or in AI or in modern technology, is not really a major player. Certainly not when compared to the United States or the Chinese. And you could see in the AI summit itself, there was a Chinese robot masquerading as an Indian robot, right? Now, people who actually understand these things know them. If you want to be powerful at AI, you have to control your own data. That's the simple thing. The Americans are powerful at AI, are good at AI, because they have access to global data. When you send a WhatsApp, you guys use WhatsApp? Who do you think controls the data? India doesn't control the data. The United States controls the data, right? Pretty much any information that is moving on India's communication system, on our phones, is owned and controlled by the United States. That's not the case with China. China owns its own data. There's no WhatsApp in China. So if you want to actually become a serious player in AI, the first thing you have to do is you have to make sure that you have access and control of your data. This US deal that has just been done by the Prime Minister has handed over our entire data to the United States. The United States can now keep Indian data wherever they like. American companies will not be taxed on the data front, right? So we have actually damaged our potential for AI tremendously in the last couple of weeks. If you're talking about modern technology, what we are seeing right now is a complete transformation of the way we move. Are there engineers in the room here? So what is happening is we are moving from the petrol engine and petrol to the electric motor and the battery. And whoever controls the electric motor and the battery is going to basically control technology in the future. And once again, we're not a serious player in that game. And the reason is that our big businesses, the Ambanis and the Adanis of this world, actually do not produce anything. They are in the business of selling Chinese product in India. They are in the business of selling Chinese phones, Chinese microphones, Chinese computers in India. And if we are serious about technology and we are serious about AI, then the first thing we have to do is control our data. And the second thing we have to do is start making things. Making computers, making electronic items, making televisions, making fridges, making these things. Because technological advancement is going to come either from data or from manufacturing. And you will see, you won't like what I'm going to say, but you're going to see that jobs in the services industry, jobs in the software industry, which were the mainstay of our country, which served us really well, are going to be wiped out by AI, right? So what I'm worried about is that there is a transition taking place. There is a transition taking place on the data front, and there is a transition taking place on the manufacturing front, on the mobility front, and we are just looking. America is dominating one side of it, the data in the West. China is dominating the other side of it, and China is the only one who's making anything in the world today. This microphone probably made in China, your shoes probably made in China, your watch probably made in China. So your responsibility, we talked about politics versus politicians. Your responsibility is to ask a couple of simple questions. Number one, why are we not controlling our data? Why is our data not, it is the wealth of our people. Why is it not in our hands? Why is it being given away for free? Second, why are we not producing anything? Because if we don't produce anything, the vast majority of Indian children, youngsters cannot get jobs. Because jobs are going to come out of manufacturing. So these are the political questions that you should be asking. Why is it that we are allowing China to become the producer of the world, the factory of the world? Why are we not doing it? Number one. Number two, why is all our data, which is our wealth, wealth of the people of Kerala, wealth of the people of India, being handed out just for free to Meta, Facebook, WhatsApp, Google, and all these people? These are the two fundamental questions, political questions that you have to ask. And this is, if you answer this question, you can solve the riddle of why millions of young Keralites are being forced to leave this state and go and work in other parts of the world. If you don't solve these two, if we do not solve these two problems, then we're going to be stuck with nothing being made here, no jobs being created here, and our youngsters being forced to go outside this country.
Thank you.